the eyes of Christ and were reminded of what the Lord revealed to him about him. Because remember, he was, to prove that he wasn't part of the Jesus group. Bible said he started cussing. Some little lady walked up, ain't you one of them? Yeah, you one of them? No, I don't know. Yeah, you are him. Your speech betrays you. No, yes you are. You mother, no I'm not. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe he's not saved then. Maybe he's not part of that group. Because those that are part of that group won't say stuff like that. And then the Bible doesn't give us the detail of what happened. But I believe that Peter went into a depression. Because the very moment that he did that, his eyes made contact with Jesus' eyes. That was the mirror. The mirror reminded him of what was on the inside of him that he was in denial of. It reminded him. And the Bible said this, that he went away and he wept bitterly. I mean, describe something, like that, bitterly. That means he had a gut cry. It wasn't one of them, it was one of them. One of them cries I know, I got a lot of them whoopings when you cry and they think you just get silent. That's a bitter cry. You didn't get whooped, you got beat. That's what he did. It was bitter because it hurt. It hurt. He was just reminded of what the Lord had tried to prepare him for. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear anything about Peter. That's why some folks stop coming to church sometimes, because that word hit them. It reveals, it exposes. And then the shame and the guilt and the hurt of what's revealed. I didn't know that was in me. They leave. It's a trick of the enemy to conquer and to divide and conquer. If you call them and they're so bitter because of maybe something came up that somebody else did. And they're bitter and malice and anger and hatred and all of that. What the enemy meant for bad, God worked it to the good. Because then we have Peter resurfacing in the book of Acts. All of a sudden, we don't hear anything about Peter for a while. And then, poof, Peter pops up. Peter had to get through what he was going through. Look at your neighbor and say, you got to get through what you're going through. See, because in the world, we're going to have tribulations. He said, but be of good cheer. I've already overcome the world. You're going to go through something. Hard times will come. That's what the scripture said. They're going to come. But they don't come to destroy you. They don't have to totally annihilate or wipe you out. God can take what the enemy means for bad, and he can work it to your good. Peter surfaces. He surfaces, and he surfaces with a new boldness. You know why? He had to come to grips that what was said about him was true. In order for us to get help, we have to first admit that we have a problem. You can't get help until you first admit you have a problem. You can go to the class all you want. But if you don't admit and acknowledge that you have a problem, and then the fact you got to quit blaming other people. It's because of them that I'm going. No. They might have aided. They might have aided to it, but can't nobody make you stay in misery but you. You don't have to remain there. I don't care how hard it feels, how much it hurts. You have to make the choice and the decision to stay in that mess. I'm looking at them. I don't know about you. I don't like staying with mess. I don't like staying around mess. If stuff is too messy for too long, guess what? I'm disappearing. Yeah. Because see, just like guilty by association, guess what? You become a partaker of that other person's sin, that other person's misery as well. Before you know it, you wasn't feeling all of that. You wasn't, bringing up all that stuff that had happened to you in your past and all that you suffered and all that. And all of a sudden, you start, you know what? You're right. Because I remember, there we go. You got delivered, set free. Guess what? Even the negatives got tore up. Thrown into the sea of forgetfulness. Never to remember. Here you go back to the Photoshop to redevelop them. You dig through the pound to find these negatives. I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to put these negatives because I remember when that happened. The devil